draft. Now, the Chicago Bears made some UDFA signings, and these are some names of some guys that I think have potential to make the roster, some guys that I would like keep a close eye out on for, rookie minicamp, training camp, all of that. Every year, the Chicago Bears under Ryan Poles have had somebody be an undrafted free agent make the roster. Ian Willer this last season, if he wasn't hurt, he would have probably made the roster as well too. Jack Sanborn is another name. Like, guys have come, undrafted and overexceeded expectations, have, been a decent depth piece on this team. Jack Sanborn, obviously, his rookie season was phenomenal and was a big player for the Bears, and he's been a starter caliber player every season. The Bears didn't draft an edge or address that position, so I'm going to start off, with the edge prospects that they did sign, this period of UDFAs. Xavier Carlton. This is an edge from, California, 6'6", 272 pounds. He has an ideal size and frame for Dennis Allen's scheme and his defense. Played all 13 games last season, 9 sacks, 1 pass deflection, 47 tackles, and 11 TFLs. So this guy has the athleticism, has the traits, has the size, has some speed to him. Dominated last year at Cal. And it's, some things I saw about him in his, scouting report is it's just really about him putting it all together. Everything is there, and it's just about him, going out there and, seizing the opportunity and getting great coaching and great development. 35-inch arms too, insanity. Ideal defensive end for, a 4-3 defense. I think the coaching and development point I brought up, it's more about him, adding more pass rush moves to his bag, to his arsenal. So I think with this Bears coaching staff, with Dennis Allen, with our defensive line coach, I think those guys are going to be pivotal to him being one of those sleepers and over exceeding expectations and making this roster. So we'll see. He has the traits. He has the talent. I think he has the best shot to make the roster. Kansas defensive end edge prospect Jeremy Robinson. This is somebody that played with Austin Booker. This is another UDF guy. And at the edge position, he has the size, 6'3", not as tall as Carlton, but 265 pounds. And he has positional flexibility. He played defensive tackle. Maybe if he puts a little more weight on him, he could play defensive tackle and defensive end for the Chicago Bears. But right now, ideal size to play defensive end. In 12 games at Kansas this season, 22 tackles, 9 TFLs, 5.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries. 5-year player at Kansas, 3-year starter, and him and Austin Booker played together. He was a big reason why Austin Booker had this successful season he had before he ended up getting drafted by the Chicago Bears. They were a nice duo together at Kansas on the defensive line. Jeremy Robinson, somebody that can make open field tackles, 37.5 vertical. He had a top 10% score in the cone drill. He's fast off the edge, deflected 6 passes this last season. So he has all the intangibles, all the traits. Another guy that come in, get coached, develop the right way. He could be somebody that, competes to make this roster as well as Carlton. 22 years old, by the way. Other UDF free agents that the Bears signed, different positions. J.P. Richardson, receiver from TCU, 733 yards receiving, 57 catches, 2 touchdowns in 13 games. He ran a 4.53 in the 40-yard dash. Solid, above average athlete, has return ability, could be a return guy, runs crisp routes. Could be, a guy that pushes Devin Duvernay for competition. He had a 1 punt return for a touchdown last season, 11 yards per return. He's average, has the quickness, has that, crisp route running ability. 3 straight 500-yard seasons at TCU. So, yeah, I like adding this guy to this receiver room. We could use some more depth at this group, and this is somebody I would love to have on the practice squad because he has that return ability. That should help him push to make this roster, just that factor. At the linebacker position, Power Echols, linebacker from North Carolina. He could come in and compete for that linebacker 3 spot. He's more of a Jack Sanborn type, not as, fast, not as super athletic, but his RAS score was really bad. It was a lot of reds, but he is just a football player, just a guy that's going to make tackles, a guy that's just going to read, the offense perfectly. His expertise is in other areas of this position. 76 tackles in 2024, 2 TFLs, 3-year starter in 2022 and 2023 season, 100+ tackles. Team captain in 2022, had 103 tackles, 2023, 102 tackles, durable, productive, great at reading, keys early. Solid at rerouting players in coverage. So he has some great traits to him at the linebacker position. Exciting prospect I would keep an eye out on. Could be a great addition. Smart linebacker. Could, use more depth at that position as well. Bears also signed running back Deion Hankins, UTEP running back. He's a tank, 5'11", 222 pounds, 4.53, 40-yard dash, but he's just a bruiser back. Another bigger bowling ball. 2 straight seasons of 700 plus yards at UTEP, 812 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and 5 yards per carry in 2022, 701 yards rushing in 2023. All 5 yards per carry as well. So he's gonna, run in between the tackles, force missed tackles, break down defenses. This is somebody that I would love to have on the practice squad as well, pushing for a roster spot. So all of these guys, I like the potential in them. These are the names I think that have the best shot to make a roster. I think Carlton and Robinson, those 2 guys being an edge prospect with us not drafting an edge, those guys have the best shot. JP Richardson, would love to have him as a practice squad guy. Eccles, would love to have him as a practice squad guy as well. And Hankins, we are still a little thin at the running back position. We don't have that superstar guy yet. We have just complimentary backs with a nice running back by committee. So who knows? Take as many shots at the dart as you can possibly. Let me know down below which player on this UDF list that I named that you think has the best shot to make the roster. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.